I've found personally, I've been doing lots of kind of reflective diaries.
Hmm.
Um, I've found ways to answer kind of the same set questions on a daily basis, and I've been doing it. So I travel to work 4 days a week. So as soon as I sit on the train, I open that notebook, and it's now built into my routine where I don't ever get on the train without doing that. So it's a new habit that I formed. And Wednesdays I work from home for KCL, and I tend to sit on
Hmm.
my desk and open that diary. But I guess my goal is to do it that 4 times a week, and anything more than that is a bonus. So I don't feel guilty that I'm not doing it 7 days. But when I look at that diary and I start answering the questions, I guess some of the questions relate to what kind of goals I want to achieve for that day. Like, what are the absolute three must things I have to do? One of which is always drinking 2 liters of water, because I'm really bad and don't. And I'm like, have to write it down, and I have to visualize it, and I have to tick it off as something that I need to achieve for the day. And that's not a work related goal, but it is for me to survive. It is for me to have energy. It is for me to have that kind of mental power to get through the day and look after myself as well. And that's really valuable. And then obviously I have, a work related goal or maybe a home related goal, and they're really simple. I try to make them really easy. But some of the other questions are kind of asking myself, well, what do you think could possibly go wrong today? And you write it down. And for me, a lot of the time I write down, like, train delays will really upset me, because if my train's late, I'll miss seeing Liliana. Um, and then I ask myself the question that, okay, if the train is delayed, how are you going to manage that situation and preempt what you're going to do in that situation, or how you're going to deal with it mentally and emotionally, so that you don't get frustrated or upset or angry that things haven't worked out the way that you want. And there's other questions about, you know, um, what, you know, who can you send like a message or a note or a gift of appreciation to? So every day I kind of make sure that I think about somebody else except myself, and kind of look at kind of being more grateful and demonstrating gratitude, whether that's to a colleague or a friend or a pre-reg, for helping me on the ward. You know, thinking about that really makes an impact. It makes my day much more intentional. And I'm thinking ahead very early in the morning when my brain is actually very nice and fresh. And I tend to achieve everything on that list, and I tend to have a much more positive outlook. And that's just 10 to 15 minutes of writing in a diary completely shifts my mindset. And it's absolutely amazing how much of an impact that has had on my life in the last, it's been about 4 months I've been doing it.